That was dumb. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Justin, JLouis94 over on Twitch. Guys, today I got an exciting video for you. We are talking about the fight with Margit. We're going to go over his phases, his movesets, ultimately my final battle with him. And then I have a tip for you at the end of this video to make this fight just a little bit more easy. Now, you got to do this tip before you fight Margit, or it doesn't work. Sorry, guys. Anyways, guys, if you're interested in this video or any other video relating to Elden Ring, related to video games, movie reviews, or just general geek culture, guys, hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on all the exciting action. And with that, cue the intro. Let's go! Yeah! Okay, everyone, the first thing you need to know is Margit is the easiest hard boss in the game. Now, your first playthrough, you totally disagree with me, and that is totally fine, but once you get through that first playthrough and you're like, I'm going to play this game again for the other endings, which there are 6, you'll start to understand that Margit is the easiest hard boss in the game. All that being said, he's still hard, okay? So I agree with you, he's hard, but he's got 2 phases. His first phase is how you see him when he's first there, right? His second phase is triggered at the 65% health mark. If you can get him below that, perfect. If you cannot, it will trigger his second phase. And I think this is horse manure. Like, it makes me so mad to think that FromSoft is like, let's do this. Let's make a really hard game. And then the first boss that the people play, let's make him stupid hard, right? Like, you already have to work really, really hard to be strong enough to just fight Margit. And then they're going to make his second phase before you even get him down to half health. And it's difficult. Like, I'm just so frustrated by that. But it actually, I think, makes the game more interesting. I think it makes it more fun. I still think it's horse manure. Because once you beat him, you got to go through the castle right behind him. And that castle is difficult. Oh my god. So many difficult parts of this game. But as you get closer and closer to the end, it becomes worth it. But we're not talking about all that today. We are talking about Margit. And so, he's got 2 phases. Second phase is triggered by that 65% health mark or less. If you can get him down less, do it. Okay, so next are his moves. So, buckle up, Buttercup, because there are 15 different moves that he can do. But there are some tips and tricks within these 15 moves that might help you out. So, the first 3 moves are his cane swing, his cane stab, and his wind-up attack. All right? So, his cane swing, he swings his cane in all multiple different directions, fast to slow. The easiest way to avoid this is just rolling backwards, right? Once you do that, once he completes that, you should have some time to get a few swings in. His cane stab, however, he's going to kind of charge for a second and then stab forward his cane at you, right? Do not roll to the right. If you roll right, you will probably trigger a combo, right? And we don't want him to do a combo with his dagger because that will just obliterate you. And then you'll be dead. And then you'll be mad. And then you'll have to restart the fight. And that's just not fun. So, roll left for this one, right? Roll left for this one, okay? The next one is his wind-up attack. This is where he's going to put his cane behind him. And then he's going to slam it on the ground if you are close. If you are not close to him, he is going to sprint forward at you and then slash at you twice. The best way to avoid this is as you notice him winding up for this attack, his wind-up attack, start attacking him, right? You should be able to attack him enough times to actually cancel this move. It is a very useful thing to do in the first phase. However, in the second phase, that changes. Now, the first tip to these 3 first moves is something super simple, is parrying. Guys, you can parry these moves and stop the attack. However, I am horrible at parrying. I am trash at this. As my brother says, I am trash bags at this. Guys, I cannot parry to save my life. It is painful to watch in game, and it is painful for me to try because I just die, right? But if you are good at parrying, you should be able to cancel all of his moves just by a simple parry, right? That is the first major tip to these first 3 moves. The wind up, the stab, and the swing. So the next 3 moves involve using his dagger. So the first one is just a simple dagger slash. You'll see this a lot. He loves using this move. He just slashes in front with his dagger. He'll use this in a multiple combinations of moves and things like that, but he loves forward slashing with his dagger. You can roll into this, roll behind it. However you want to dodge this, it's pretty simple to dodge. The second dagger move is his dagger throw. If you're at a pretty big distance and you're trying to heal, summon, or drink another elixir to kind of give you more stamina, more magic, anything like that, you're putting yourself at risk of a dagger throw. And essentially what he'll do is he'll throw 1 or 2 of his daggers at you. Very easy to avoid, but can be kind of difficult to avoid if you're in the middle of drinking a potion or something like that. So the last dagger move that he does is called the dagger retreat. And essentially what he's going to do is he's going to slash at you with the dagger. Then he's going to jump back. As he's jumping back, he's going to throw a dagger at you. And then he's going to land, further back on the map. This is a pretty easy attack to avoid. All right, guys, we have listed 6 of his 15 moves. There are 3 more in his first phase. And the first one is what I mentioned earlier, is if you're attacking him from behind, he'll use a Pokemon move on you. Tail whip, right? And he'll just whip you from behind. It is an easy move to avoid. If you notice him about to whip his tail, just roll back, right? It's a small vicinity. His radius for this attack is pretty small, so you should just be able to avoid it quickly by just rolling backwards. The next attack is called the unguarded slash. This attack cannot be avoided, okay? Why can it not be avoided? It is because he's already broken your poise. So you're already staggered when he does this attack. What he'll do in this attack is he'll slash you once with his dagger and again with his cane, right? It is a pretty devastating attack and you can't do anything about it. So don't let him break your poise. The final attack is his leaping stab. He's gonna leap at you, hover in the air for just a second, and then slam his cane into the ground. This attack is pretty easy to avoid as well, because he's going to hover in the air long enough for you to see where he's going to land and just get out of the way, right? I mean, it's that simple. Just get out of the way, okay? Once he lands, he will kind of be recovering for a split second, so you can attack him a few times. Don't get greedy, because if you do, he might cause another combo attack on you, and we don't want that. He might do that dagger slash or something like that. So 9 of his 15 attacks are in the first phase. Here's the big thing to remember. Just because he enters his second phase does not mean he can't use those first 9 attacks. He's going to now be able to use those first 9 attacks and the last 6 attacks, right? Sorry, I had to do math in my head there. Okay, guys, congratulations. We have completed the first phase of Margit, right? We're so excited. Hopefully you've been able to manage to get his health down below 65% before he enters the second phase. But let's say you didn't. Oh well, what can you do? All right, guys, so here it is. This new phase also enters 6 new attacks and 2 new weapons. He's now got a hammer that he can summon out of the blue and a sword that he can summon out of the blue. So one of the first attacks we're going to go over in the second phase is his hammer slam. What you'll notice him doing is raising his leg, and then he's going to slam his hammer on the ground. Something to note about his hammer slam is that this will end a combo phase. So if he's in the middle of doing multiple moves and then he does his hammer slam, that's the end of his phase, the end of his combo phase, right? So at that point, you can go in and get in a few attacks on him. Make sure you're not being overly ambitious, though, because it could trigger another combo phase, and we don't want that. The next move is his hammer spin. He will summon his hammer on his shoulder, and then he'll proceed to spin around, slashing his cane first, and then he will come around with his hammer. A big thing to note is this is also a parryable attack. However, you can only parry the cane. If you try and parry the hammer, boom, sorry bud, you got hit. Can't do anything about it. My biggest advice to you is to just dodge away and prepare for a combo attack. Because at the end of that combo attack, you'll be able to get more hits in, and it's less dangerous than trying to parry. All right, the next move of his hammer set is his hammer leap. It's very similar to his cane leap, where he jumps in the air and slams his hammer on the ground. However, this move also causes a shockwave. Here's the thing. Just like his hammer slam, his hammer leap, it signifies the end of a combo phase. So if you roll into his hammer leap, right, make sure you time it right, but if you roll into it, he'll be kind of staggered for a second, so you can hit him a few times. Again, don't get greedy, because we'll start that next combo move, and we, again, do not want that. So now we're down to the last 3 moves. Now, these are going to all be different combinations of his 4 different weapons, okay? Remember, he's got a dagger, a cane, a spectral sword, and a hammer, right? So he can summon all these at any given time, all right? The first of the last 3 moves is his weapon combo. What you'll notice in this is that he can quickly switch between his different weapons. He will start by using his cane, and then he'll use his sword, and then he'll use his hammer. Dodge backwards, guys, until this combo is over. Once it's over, you'll be able to attack him. But if you try to attack him during this combo phase, you are SOL, my friend. You'll just get hit and possibly die. So don't do that. Roll backwards. Wait till the end and then hit him. Don't be greedy with Margit. All right. The next move is his sword swing. And that's essentially it. He will just swing his sword forward at you. Roll away from him. Typically, if he's using his sword swing, it's going to start a combo. So make sure you roll away from him and pay attention. Remember, typically he's going to end his combo with a hammer slam or a hammer leap, where he, again, jumps in the air and slams his hammer on the ground. That typically signifies the end of his combo, and you'll be able to get hits. So avoid that sword slash, right? The last and final move. This is his sword spin. It's very similar to his hammer spin. He's going to start with his sword on his shoulder. He's going to spin around, slashing his sword, then his cane, and then back to his sword. This is also a parryable move. Good luck. It is hard to parry. Again, though, I can't parry anything, so I might not be the right one to say good luck. But all that to be said, your best bet, guys, is to just dodge backwards. Backwards, backwards, backwards. This is a long-range attack, and if you get hit with it, it will do some serious damage. So guys, make sure to just avoid it altogether. Wait till he's done with this combo, and then just go in for the attack. You can get several attacks in because he's got to build back up his strength, I guess. I don't really know what they got to build back up, but he'll take some time to regain his stamina. So with that is his 15 different moves. Guys, we've made it to the end of the video, and I got one more piece of advice for you to really ensure victory with Margit, and that is by doing a little side quest in the Murkwater Cave. I will show you a picture of where that is. And you need to beat Patches. Do not kill Patches, okay? He will kind of be the boss that you fight in this cave, okay? He will beg for his life. Don't kill him. Let him beg. And then eventually he will sell you something called the Margit Shackles, at which point you can use those in the fight, and they will bind him to the ground and temporarily disable him. All right, guys, that is the end of this video. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video or looking forward to new and more exciting content, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell to get all the latest updates. And let me know in the comments, how many times did it take you to defeat Margit? It took me quite a few times. Now, in my third playthrough, I don't really have a problem with him. However, let me know if this video was helpful for you. All right, guys, see you in the comments.